Hello and welcome to another episode of Saints Row 2. I'm Mr. Achievable, and, well, today's a bad episode. I grinded for about 5 hours so that I could probably make some better episodes, string them together better in the future. So, everything's sped up. What I'm doing is I'm going around, I'm uncovering all the areas, uncovering all the activities and locations that are set on the map. Just 'cause I like it better that way. It's easier to find things whenever you're trying to rush through a little bit. And there's a couple places where I've stopped and just shown off some of Saints Row's and my better parts. Uh, in quotations, of course. So, most this was broken up over a few days because I work. And this is mostly just for fun. So I needed more practice to do talking to nobody. Oh, here we go with the first one. And trampoline water. I just, I had fun with that. I was laughing for probably a good 5 minutes just because I was in such a race to to uncover everything, and that just came out of nowhere, bailing out as I hit the water. I don't know if I could recreate it. If I could, I'd make a whole compilation of it. So, maybe a compilation video in the future of trampoline water glitches in Saints Row 2. And after I got all the locations, I start going for, well, first making my character look more like what I want him to look like, more of a personification of myself. If I was a lot more badass than I actually am. But still, same taste. But after that, I start getting hitmans and chop shops just because they're easy to do and they're relatively enjoyable. And hey, why not kill some people and have fun doing it? It is Saints Row, after all. Now here I'm causing as much mayhem as I can, and then I die. I was trying to lure out a FBI agent on the hit list, which took a good while, but eh, get to kill everyone you come across, which isn't a bad deal at all. And, while I was playing this, I definitely struggled with the low stamina, which later I do alleviate doing the brawl by the stadium. If you do not know that, that is probably something you should do first. It helps with everything in the game. Being able to just run on end without getting tired. The Hitman deals are nice because you get, I think, satchel charges at your apartment, and I'm pretty sure get something else. Maybe unlimited rifle ammo for completing them all. Right here, doing all the hoeing and completing it, you get a GIMP suit, which, I mean, hell, it's respect you get for doing it, but the overall reward for doing all of them, it's dismal at best. So I chose to do Saints Row as my first proper Let's Play, just because, well, I had originally wanted to go through Metal Gear Solid series that I have on my PlayStation 3, but I do not have the correct cable for my capture card, so that's on hold for a while. So brought out the 360, and Saints Row was the first one that really stuck out to me, even though I have probably better choices. I also have Saints Row the third, but it this was the one where I really fell in love with the series. Saints Row 1 was just a clone of Grand Theft Auto in a time when there was no Grand Theft Auto on these systems. So the second one was where they really got their stride and captured this, where they really addressed the fact that they knew what they were and really pushed it to a different level. But other than this, I would like to start getting to a point where I can make, maybe with how difficult it is to do the episodes, especially balancing a full-time job and stuff. I would like to get 5 episodes a week, but I realize that probably isn't doable for me. But I will try to get maybe 3, with how hard this is to put up. I've realized after the first one, and then this one was a real challenge just because importing every single file into, well, Movie Maker takes a long time for it to do all this. Editing, on the other hand, that goes by so smoothly. You just kind of plan out what you're gonna do, just trim it up, and you can pretty well sync the audio separately with ease with the readouts that it gives you. So this is around the time that I really start just getting screwed up. I there's a couple, well, one in particular that took me a long time, and I actually had to Google the location of the building, which is it was a specific hotel, which of all the buildings there, it's in the building that doesn't actually have any real markings telling you, or if it does, I completely missed them over the 30 minutes I spent driving back and forth in the marina. Lots of fun. Still driving, still looking, quietly going insane, finding little tags, which I don't know what all the rewards for those are. Haven't really cared to look them up. Then I finally find him, instantly get killed, and go, well, it might help if I actually have weapons. So that was my next pit stop, is go find those. And then shotgun to the face to everybody. Clears them out really fast. Most of the rest are relatively simple, except for, you know, buildings that aren't labeled. Like on track, this guy, a poop. On track is not actually, it's labeled, but it's not labeled exactly. It's a nightclub, and it's in the Barrio district, but you don't really know that. So finally find him, which of course it spawns him so far away, which is kind of annoying, and it was a theme with the hitmen. Usually they spawn pretty close to you, but for some reason they kept spawning so far away. This was really bad, especially since it's an area I'm not real familiar with, and I doubt there's a whole lot of people who are, which, Volition likes their Easter eggs, so that may actually be a good place to hunt for them. Though I don't think I have the patience nor the knowledge to do that. And another fun little activity to do, insurance fraud. It's kind of one of the things I thought of while I was playing it was, hey, it looks like pain-ish. And here's another highlight. Good way to get a lot of money in insurance fraud in very little time. Grab a plane, go as high as you can, go into the area, bail out. I got almost 40,000 without doing anything. I think I failed this one. I'm not sure. Yep, I failed it because I dropped in a very lackluster neighborhood for getting hit by cars over and over. Another good strategy, if you could find a little find a two-lane road that's relatively busy, you can actually a lot of times get juggled in between by crossing over lanes and just hoping. Which I know in one of these I actually did successfully do. And I think I went from almost losing, I was almost out of time, and I've actually got it. That was it, I believe. Random cars that I got that just so happened to need delivery to the chop shop. And also a few, if you look carefully, you'll see that I get a few hostages. Fail at some. Oh, and if you're ever wanting the bandit car, you have to get a 3 gold star, big air. This is a great place to do it. You just run into a gas pump, ramp off of a roof, and you get it. Surprised me, I was just fucking around. And randomly killing people, because why not? Getting... trying to finish the final insurance fraud. This took me forever. It kept giving me really bad spots, or whenever I finally got a good spot, I fell off the highway down to a cruddy spot and couldn't get back up. So I don't know how many times I failed this one. Probably a good 2 or 3 times. I still haven't found the glasses. I want to find some of those, even though I do dislike my glasses. They are kind of a part of my my profile, I guess. I apologize if I'm really boring to listen to. I understand that. Very, very monotonous. Trying to work on that. Another thing I'd like to do is I want to, along with the Let's Plays, I want to do a couple covers, maybe eventually whenever I get rolling on a video game I'm working on. It's kind of a musical, so I've got a lot of music to write, so maybe some originals, maybe even kind of mixture of those. Oh, here comes another fun part. Me showing off my expert flying skills. and driving by extension. I'm still a little thrown off by the driving mechanics because I've been so accustomed to the right trigger, left trigger, and yep, perfectly executed wreck. Early on in the game, I changed the uh, controller settings so that the driving was right trigger and left trigger, which I also think changed the flying mechanics to, for some reason, the rear rudders are pushing in the left and right thumbsticks, which you can imagine you're sitting there flying and that's your steering. You have to push it in. You completely lose all sense of how to fly, how to think. Also, another handy mission set to do is fuzz, particularly the one near the trailer park district, because you actually get rewarded with less notoriety from the cops, which it's a Grand Theft Auto type game. There's missions where you need, if you could get rid of 1 star while you're trying to complete something, it'll help you so much more than just going at it. There's also other tasks that you can complete. It could even be the tagging. I'm not completely sure, but there are tasks that lower your gang notoriety as well, which can help, but I've never really had a big problem with dealing with the gangs as much as dealing with all the cops. And that's it for this episode, so thank you for staying with me and listening to my bored rambling.